Good evening, guys, and welcome back to the classroom with me, Mark, Architect Mark, and we're gonna finish off our organizational commands with some more in-depth, or rather, shall we say, we need these commands so that we can uh, use blocks more effectively because blocks are pretty, I would say they're pretty common, and actually learning how to manipulate them would benefit you in the long run. So let's jump on over to the classroom and pick up where we left off last time with our next 12 minutes right here. And so let's go. All right. So right now we don't have a block here, and we'll create the same block that we did last time, which is basically the, we'll call it a null symbol. Now, let's make it a block inside of this drawing. All right. So we'll call it null. All right. Then pick our point here. Oh, center, but that's good enough. And then we convert it to block. Okay. So right now we have one block in our drawing. And if we needed that block again, the command to get that back is to simply press I, which stands for insert. So right now, the software is scanning the drawing if there are blocks in here. And true enough, it found the null symbol, which should have a, there we go. All your blocks, whatever you do here or import into your drawing, it will have a symbol, basically a zoomed extents version of that that block, and you just click on that, and then you can create another instance of that block that easily. It used to be that you don't have a GUI like this one. It was just super small thumbnails. You don't, it's not even, it's just like maybe, oh no, it was a bit bigger, but it was more filled with text, unlike this one, which is more friendly to the eyes. And you can easily see what you want to do with it here, because for example, we want to insert it but then scale it at the same time. So what happens is when we do that, so we drop it, and then right now it's asking us to scale it. So enter X scale factor. Let's say we want it to be 2 times the size of the original. Y scale factor 2. So as we can see here, it's a non-uniform scaling, which is good. It used to be that you can only scale uniformly. So there we go. We now have inserted a scaled up version of this block. And if you choose rotation, we're going to go through all of these one at a time when we insert it. So first, when we insert it, we identify the point, and then the scale, and then the rotation. Let's try that out. Insertion point, scale, Again, let's do 1.5 this time. 0.5. And then the rotation angle, let's say we want it rotated 90 degrees. There we have it. Still the same block. If we try to edit this block, it will show us this orientation. Should show us this orientation. So let's check it out if that's what's gonna happen. So how you do that is you either double click on it, which leads you to this, or use a command like select that, and then ref edit should work on it. That means reference edit. Okay. So if we say it's a little bit different because this is more global, there are more references, not just blocks. But the purpose should be the same. So right now, what happened was it isolated the block, and we are basically now inside of the block environment. This behavior is actually a little bit different from an edit block. Let's try that again and close this up with ref close. And then discard changes. Okay. All right. So let's try and edit block on this one. A double click. All right. Edit block definition. Okay. As you can see, we've been transported into the block editing environment. Let's close that back. Discard the changes and then try this one. All right. So this is what I was talking about. So the reference edit actually is a little bit different, works a little bit differently now. It didn't before, but you know, they update things every year. So when you do an edit here, I'm pretty sure we went through a little bit of this last time. Let's try the same edits here. And then do the below part first. Right. Close it. And then save the changes. So now everything's looking like that. So that when we were going out, that was ref close. And then the final command for organization is basically the add center, which is a bigger version of this. Let's try that. AD center. So what this brings up is basically the, let me rescale this so that we can see it better. This is basically the entire drawing. All right. This fly out is basically the entire drawing and everything that's on it. So you can see here that we have one block in this drawing. And then if we have things here, like if we have identified new dimension styles, basically it shows us everything that's loaded onto the drawing, because there can be there's bound to be like more styles here if you're working from within the drawing, not on the layout, which we will get to very soon. I think that's our next topic. And of course, a bunch of layers, because you need those. When you have layers, your drafting will be more elegant and easier to manipulate. Layouts, as you can see, we have two right now, layout 1 and 2. We will get into that next time. Line types, we didn't load any new ones, so we have the basic continuous and then by block and by layer, which is almost always there. Sorry about that. Yeah. So basically, this is the entire drawing, only in a, what do you call this? A tree? A tree-like table form or something? Yeah. So this is the design center, which is invoked by AD Center, and it's useful for when you want to see. Just for example, if you save the file and it's a little bit big, and you're wondering why is that, you can go here and find out if there are any renegade blocks that you don't need. And if you wanted to remove these blocks, you go into the command called purge, which is basically the design center, but created to remove items from the drawing that you don't need. So let's try that command. The command is purge. Basically, as you can see here, it looks like the AD center, but you have here, you can go one by one. Oh, let's see. Why is not showing up? Oh, there we go. So you can go one by one into whatever it is you have in the drawing. For example, you have a ton of blocks here. You will see all their names here. And this actually identifies how many times the block has been used inside of the drawing. As you can see, we have 4 here. We have 4 count, and the size of this block is a little over 4 kilobytes. So, and it also identifies here on which layers they lie on. So, for example, you're hunting and trying to destroy an entire layer, you need information like this to help you do that, because you can't normally delete a layer with items on it. The program won't allow you. You need to migrate the items into another layer before it allows you to delete an active layer. Well, it's not called active. It's a populated layer, shall we say. And with that, that rounds up our organization within AutoCAD. So I will see you guys in the next meeting because our timers run out. And as before, keep safe. See you.